You're not here by accident. You clicked this for a reason. Maybe something in you is tired. Tired of being soft. Tired of being owned by things that shouldn't own you. Good. That's where it starts. See, nobody tells you this, but there's a war happening inside you every single day, and you're losing. Every time you snooze the alarm, every time you scroll without thinking, every time you lie to yourself, you hand over a piece of your soul. You don't even realize what it's costing you. But listen, you can feel it. There's a version of you that's angry, not the kind of anger that lashes out, but the kind that watches, waits, and wants to rise. That version of you, he's not soft, he's ready for war, but you've been putting him to sleep. So here's your first order: kill the softness. That voice that says just 5 more minutes, slit its throat. That urge to check your phone again, cut the wire. That comfort you worship like a god, burn it. You've had enough of being tamed. There's no victory without violence. And I don't mean fists, I mean violence against the weak voice inside you. The voice that keeps you average, keeps you safe, keeps you small. You've lived soft long enough. Now let the war begin. You don't build strength in peace. You build it under pressure. You want discipline, then earn it. By showing up when you least feel like it. You want focus, then suffer for it. By turning off the noise you're addicted to, you don't get to feel ready. You get to decide you're ready. The softness in you wants comfort. The warrior in you wants clarity. You can't have both. And let me tell you something, comfort is killing your instincts. The world wants you passive, polite, predictable. That's not a man, that's a pet. You're meant to be dangerous, not reckless, but dangerous, controlled, sharp. That edge you're missing, it's buried under dopamine, fake rewards, and hours you can't get back. So dig it up, with your bare hands if you have to. Your soul remembers how, you just haven't been listening. Stop trying to be liked. Stop trying to be soft-spoken, easygoing, chill. That's not who you are, that's who you became, because the world scared the fire out of you. Light it back up. Start walking like a man who's not here to make friends, but to win a war. Look around you. You're not just outnumbered, you're outgunned. You live in a world that sells sedation. Numb yourself, entertain yourself, stay distracted. The enemy isn't just inside you, it's everything that profits off of your weakness. That's why you can't play defense anymore. You wake up in enemy territory. Your phone, a weapon against you. Your comfort, a slow poison with sweet taste. And every time you pretend that everything's fine, you reinforce your own cage. But here's the part you've been avoiding. You chose this, not consciously, but slowly, passively. You stopped watching your 6. You stopped fighting. You softened. And now, it's time to correct that. So here's your first mission. Not tomorrow, not next week, tonight. Find one thing that owns you and take it back. One addiction, one comfort, one weakness that's been running your life. Kill it, not slowly, not politely. Kill it like it stole your future. Most of the thoughts in your head aren't yours. They've been planted, installed by parents, by school, by screens, by people who never lived a day in your skin. You carry beliefs that were handed to you like weapons, but no one taught you how to use them. So they turned inward. They turned on you. That voice that says, you're not good enough. You always mess this up. You'll never change. That's not your voice. That's programming, a loop you've never questioned. A script someone else wrote, but you kept repeating. But today, we rewrite. I want you to watch your thoughts like a sniper, calm, still, waiting. And the moment one of those old, weak patterns shows up, don't negotiate. Cut it off. Replace it with a command. Not a wish, not a hope, a command. I move, I fight, I don't ask for permission. You've asked for permission your whole life. To speak, to act, to be. That ends now. Your mind isn't a place for negotiations, it's a battlefield. And from this point on, you're not walking in as a victim. You're walking in like the one who owns the field. Structure is your weapon. Chaos feeds the enemy. You think freedom means waking up whenever you want? Scrolling till your brain melts, doing whatever feels right. That's not freedom, that's slavery in disguise. From now on, wake up by command, not by mood. Rise before your comfort has a chance to speak. Cold water, still breath, clear thought. No phone, no noise, no apology. The war starts at dawn. Your day is your fortress, and every hour is a gate. Guard it, defend it, plan it like a battlefield. You don't get to see how the day goes. You dictate how it moves. The world respects a man with a plan, but it obeys a man with discipline. At night, you report to yourself, not to likes, not to views, to yourself. Ask the hard questions. Did I build or did I drift? Did I command or did I collapse? Did I sharpen or did I soften? Your answers are your reality. Speak them like a soldier, or stay soft like a slave. Now that you're awake, look again. Look at your circle. Who pushes you forward and who just pulls you sideways? Some people don't want you strong. Your discipline exposes their excuses. Your growth threatens their comfort. They'll laugh at your routines. Call your silence arrogance. Mock your focus. That's the tax for being different. Pay it with pride, because weak men will always try to keep you soft. It makes them feel safe. The system, too, it doesn't like men who think, men who act, men who lead. It wants screens, not swords, distractions, not decisions, comfort, not conviction. You choose, be the product or be the problem. You were born a weapon, but they trained you to be a consumer. So unlearn what numbs you, delete what dulls you, starve what softens you. Not everything that feels good is good for the war. Move different, think sharper, speak less, watch more, and walk like a man who knows he's being watched. Every soldier has a code. Every warrior has a way. The question is, what's yours? Who are you when no one's watching? What law do you live by? When the world isn't looking, a real man doesn't need an audience to have discipline. He trains when no one claps. He studies when no one cares. He improves when no one's watching. Why? Because that's his code. And the code is everything. Write yours. Not in a journal, not in a tweet, in blood, in time, in action. One habit at a time, one fight at a time, one victory at a time. Until it's not something you try to be, it's just who you are. You're not chasing motivation anymore, you're chasing identity. So stop trying to feel like it. Feelings are visitors, but identity stays, and your identity is formed in the dark. Build it, brick by brick, or stay soft and break like glass. Building yourself costs more than breaking yourself. That's why most people never do it. They want the change, but not the test. You don't get to skip the test. One day you'll wake up and feel empty. The fire will be gone. The mission will feel fake. That's the test. That's when most men fold. They go back to comfort, back to noise, back to being soft. But you already knew it was coming. You were warned. And now you're ready. When that day comes, when the silence feels like failure, stay the course. You're not broken. You're being sharpened. Pain is the proving ground. Doubt is the doorway, and fear, that's just the gatekeeper of strength. Slightly more firm tone. Let pain shape you, not stop you. Let fear inform you, not define you. Let loneliness build you, not bury you. Here's the truth. The fear won't leave, not all of it. That voice that says, "What if you fail?" It'll whisper again tomorrow. Let it. You don't kill fear by waiting. You kill it by walking through it. Strength isn't the absence of fear. It's the decision that fear doesn't get to steer. Feel it, acknowledge it, and then move anyway. That's power. That's control. You've been lied to. That a real man doesn't flinch, doesn't doubt, doesn't shake. False. A real man feels all of it and keeps walking. Not loud, not flashy, just forward. Fear is the ghost that walks with every leader, with every fighter, with every man who decides to stand alone. You won't get rid of it, but you will get used to its voice. It'll become background noise, and when it speaks, you'll nod and keep going. One day, someone will say your name for the last time, and the world will go on like you were never here. That's the default. That's what happens when you live soft, when you live quiet, when you live afraid. But men like you don't show up to disappear. You showed up to leave a mark. Not for ego, not for applause, but because this life, this one chance, deserves to mean something. Your strength isn't just for you, it's for your brother, your son, the man behind you who hasn't woken up yet. Leave a trail he can follow. Build something he can stand on. Say something he'll remember when you're gone. That's legacy, and that's your duty. In the end, no one remembers the soft. The world forgets the comfortable, but it remembers the warriors, the builders, the ones who stood up, even when it cost everything.